Hey, welcome to another episode of Midnight Quest, where tonight I can't breathe through my nose even a little bit, and it's still the best I've felt in 3 days. And as if the problems don't end there, we're also under a severe thunderstorm warning, and we've lost power twice in the few minutes here just before the stream has started. So if everything just suddenly stops, you know why. Hopefully everything is okay, but it seems to have killed my hard drive that I was saving all of this onto, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we'll get that back to working. Anyway, for as long as the weather and my face will allow us to do this, tonight we are going to be continuing the hero's journey deep in the underground tunnels beneath the World's Edge Mountains, in the lower caverns of many ancient Dwarven strongholds, all in an attempt to reach and rescue the Emperor and his army, who are besieged in Kellar's Keep, trapped there by Zargon. Tonight, we are going to be following a group of heroes as they reach the East Gate, which is something they've been working for towards the last few quests. Yes, Bohemius, I guess it's a cold. I don't know what this was, but the last couple of nights I have felt absolutely awful, and it has been terrible. Now I'm just coughing and snotting. So hopefully that won't affect. I guess I should apologize in advance for all the disgusting sounds all of you guys are probably going to hear me make during tonight's stream. Tonight we're going to be following a group of heroes to the East Gate, where they've been kind of headed for the last several quests. They have now collected all 4 pieces of Grin's stone map and are very, very close to Kellar's Keep, where they will be able to rescue the Emperor. We have tonight's quest and tomorrow night's quest, which should finish out Book 2, Kellar's Keep, and that's Book 2 out of 14. So we still have plenty to go, that is for sure. That is also assuming that the big storm that's about to hit us doesn't kill our power, which it has already a couple of times right before the stream started. So fingers crossed everything works. As always, if you are hanging out in the stream tonight, make sure you throw something in the chat so that I know you're there. We always have a whole bunch of great conversations while we're here. We've already got Justin Paulett and Bohemius here. If you are here, throw something in there too. We've got a few new followers, so if you're one of those followers watching this, whether this is live or not live at the time, thank you. Thank you for the follows. We are very, very close to that whole Twitch affiliate thing, which is pretty awesome. We're looking forward to some of the perks that come with that for sure. Bohemia says that's a greater debuff for male characters. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, I guess we better get character switching. I'm totally off my game because we had nights off that we don't normally have, and my brain is still all puffy and gross, and I went to work today for the first time since Monday. It's not been a fun time. Let's get our heroes picked so that we can get into this quest. Okie dokie, regular viewers know, but just in case you happen to be watching for the first time, we have 11 heroes currently in the ranks, very soon to be 12. 11 heroes currently in the ranks, but only 4 heroes can go on each quest. So we have these Beatles cards, which line up with a character randomizer sheet on the wall behind me, and these are going to help us pick the 4 heroes out of our ranks that are going to go on tonight's quest. Justin says, I'm just getting over something myself. Yeah, it's been going around. It's been crazy. Now, several years ago, I had COVID a couple of times, and I got to tell you that whatever I just had, it felt worse than that. Now, I had a very light version of COVID, I think. The COVID symptoms weren't bad any of the times that I had it. But this was far worse. So I don't know if this is some new COVID variant that I had, or if it's just something totally different. I have no idea. Anyway, our first hero tonight is the 9 of Diamonds, which is Paya the Monk. Here is Paya. Seems like it's been a little while since we've seen her on a quest, excuse me. The 3 of Diamonds is Morkai Oron, the Wizard. Still our newest hero, but getting up to the level of the rest of them fairly quickly. The 4 of Diamonds is Tiaga the Warlock. Where is she? Here she is. Tiaga the Warlock, and since we've got her, we might as well also grab her demon form. She has a spell that allows her to turn into this scary looking thing. So we'll go ahead and set that aside for when we need that.
I saw someone had painted one of those online and it was purple.
Oh, really? A purple demon form?
Yeah, her demon form was purple. It was really cool.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And finally for tonight, we have the Queen of Diamonds, which is Robert the Berserker. Now him, I feel like we've been seeing like constantly recently. He's like on every quest. He wasn't on.
Yes, he was.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
Darn, that's not
He was
supposed
the
to
one that
happen.
wouldn't take out the one with the short when I was having like a moment. He was the one that wouldn't take out that femur over there.
Justin says, Bobby, yes. These cards are supposed to, you'd think with the shuffling that wouldn't happen, but I guess occasionally it does anyway.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So now that we've got those characters, we need to get our character sheets rolling here. What do we got here? Some of them are right on the top. Morkai, Tiaga, almost all of them are right on the top. Paya, everybody except Robert, who's probably more near the bottom. Yeah, there he is. Okay. So of course our character sheets let us know pretty much everything we need to know about these characters, how many dice they throw for attack and defense, what kind of items they have, what their personality kind of is, how many body points they have. Oops, Paya's got a damage marked on her there. And what their skill set points are. So that's kind of the first thing that we need to do tonight, is determine where we are on the monster scale difficulty chart, which is going to be determined by adding up the number of skill set points across this particular set of 4 heroes. That should be pretty easy. So we have 16 plus 12 plus 16 plus 18. And that gives us 62, which again puts us kind of in that upper area of level 2, which means boss monsters are going to have an extra body point. Everything else is normal. But as soon as we start hitting level 3, which I imagine is going to be pretty quickly, it might even be tomorrow night's quest when it happens, but if not then for sure early in the next book, then all the monsters are going to get an extra body point, and boss monsters are going to be getting another body point plus a potion of healing. So things are definitely starting to ramp up difficulty-wise. Next, we need to see if we need a trip to the armory, because we have 1,130 coins, which is a pretty decent amount. So do our heroes need anything? See, Paya doesn't have any weapons or armor, but that's kind of how her build is meant to be. She did get access to long range last time Justin was here. I think he got that for her. Morkai could use a redwood wand. At the moment, that's the only thing he could upgrade. Tiaga could also use a redwood wand. And that appears to be the only thing that we could do. Okay, we only have enough gold for one redwood wand. So either Morkai or Tiaga is going to get that. So we need to determine. Chat, help me out here. Who should get that? Morkai, the old wizard, or Tiaga, the warlock? Who should get the better wand? Now, a few things to keep in mind. Morkai hits a little harder close range because he has the wizard staff, as long as he's full health. However, Tiaga does get an extra dice when she's in demon form. So giving Morkai this better wand would just put him on par with Tiaga with the worst wand in demon form. Either way, I mean, it's certainly not going to be wasted on either one of them, but let me know what you think. Should we give that to Tiaga or Morkai? And in the meantime, I'll start passing out some items here. Paya's just got a toolkit. Cody says Morkai. Any other votes?
I was going to say Tiaga.
Oh, Savannah votes for Tiaga. We need... Oh. Gohan says neither of them. Give it to Grimina. Bohemias also says Tiaga. That's 2 votes for Tiaga. Any dissension in the ranks? Airwalk. Where is our airwalk? Oh, and we need to pass through rock scroll. Tiaga, oh, Tiaga's loaded up here. She's got the talisman, which we don't need to give her. She's got a potion of defense. She's got 2 potions of magic resistance. And a potion of healing. Justin says, I'm probably going to crash until 2, but I'll be here sleep watching. Nice. I wish I could sleep. My old lady took the night off and it messes with my routine. Yes, without a doubt. I spent most of Wednesday sleeping, or at least trying to. Potion of magic resistance.
I mean, I actually got our boys to go to sleep last night, and then I was so tired that I couldn't even function.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we're going to give that to Tiaga, the Redwood Wand, but we are looking pretty good. We also have 3 of our 4 heroes that have toolkits. So everybody's going to be doing pretty good. Although Tiaga also has toolkit disarm. So she doesn't need that toolkit. She could actually just hand that over to Mordecai so that everybody has trap disarm. Awesome. Pretty soon we're going to be able to start selling these toolkits instead of just handing them off. Go ahead and change that out. Okay, the Redwood Wand is 1,000 coins. So we're just going to erase that off of there and leave us with 130. And we are going to give that to Tiaga the Warlock. Redwood Wand, and that's just basically like the crossbow equivalent. So this is going to give her 3 long-range attack dice. And eventually we're going to get one of these for Mordecai as well. Cody says, when I got out of the hospital a couple months ago, I slept the longest I have since I was a teen. I slept for 18 hours. Dude, I don't doubt that. I was seeing the post that you were making on Facebook about that. That looked rough. And that is something I also, I don't quite have the same first-hand experience with that as you do, but teeth problems, of course. I don't have any teeth. Actually, my teeth are 100% fake. I do not have any teeth at all. So I know exactly, I felt your pain there when we were talking about tooth infections. Okie dokie, let's get skills and spells. So Paya gets all of her monk elements. Now, as per usual with these, we're just going to explain what they do if she uses them. So it's going to be a little bit easier than trying to explain, you know, all 8 of these cards. But suffice it to say, she has access to 4 elemental abilities. Each element has 2 cards, and if she uses one of them, it knocks out both of them. There is a way she can get them back, but again, we'll save that explanation for when or if she needs it. Mordecai is going to get some spells. We'll save that for a second. Tiaga gets some spells, and it's just going to be her 3 normal warlock spells, which is Fear, Dark Wings, and Demon Form. Again, we will explain those when and if she uses them. And of course, Robert has his 3 Berserker skills. I've just knocked the Druid cards over. The 3 Berserker skills are Enrage, Retaliation, and Frenzy. Oh, Gohan says, I'm here, but playing DBD. Nice. Oh, yeah, Cody says, I was fighting the infection for 6 months. It would keep coming back before they could pull it. Then it got into my sinuses and eye cavity. I got the tooth out now. We still got to do surgery in my sinus and eye socket. Ah, ugh. Ouch. Yeah, I had to take some pills for a little while because mine were in bad shape. And I don't like the dentist. I mean, fairly obviously. But the place I went was really good. I was glad that they knew what they were doing, and they kind of specialized in people who were freaking out about it. So they did a really good job. Okay, spells. We need to take care of the spells for Mordecai, essentially. Let's go back to over here. Does Mordecai have anything special? Nope, he doesn't even have pick one. He's been building combat instead. Okay, so we have here a big old pile of 6 copies each of the regular 12 Hero Quest spells. We are going to break this big pile down into 4 smaller piles so that we can randomize which spells Mordecai is going to get. Now, that's not the real Hero Quest rules, but that is how we do it here. Randomizing it just kind of adds another interesting element of play. It means that heroes can get doubles or triples or even more of certain spells. It means they can get a bunch of really good stuff. Also means that they could get a bunch of garbage, which really affects how they can do what they do in the quest. Might mean that a wizard's got to rely a little bit more on physical combat rather than casting spells. Now, wizards can build their skill sets to get access to better spells than these and different kinds of spells than these. None of our wizards have got there yet. I think a couple of them have dipped into tier 2, but we haven't actually seen any of those spells yet. But right at the moment, Mordecai's still just got the basic set. Now, he does get 8 of them, yes indeed. He doesn't get to pick any by name, so they're all randomized. So we're going to use a regular deck of cards to determine which ones he gets. This is pile 3, card 13. Move that camera over just a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 is Swift Wind. Now, we've used this spell a few times recently, but this is not one that I normally feel too strongly about. But it has come in handy recently. Pile number 1, card 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 is Fire of Wrath, which is a lower level offensive spell. Pile number 1, card number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is Sleep. Pretty much does what it says it's going to do. Pile number 4, card number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is Rock Skin, temporary defensive boost. Pile number 3, card number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is Water of Healing. That's definitely going to come in handy. A healing spell. Pile number 4, card number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is Tempest. Basically allows him to freeze a monster for 1 turn. Couple more here. Pile number 3, card number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is Courage. Will provide a temporary boost in attack strength for whatever hero gets. And the last spell, pile number 2, card number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is Veil of Mist, which is the one spell that we still haven't used, I think. Every time a hero has gotten it, this is another one of the ones that's kind of eh. So a kind of medium loadout for Mordecai there. He could have got better, but could be worse. At least he got 1 healing spell. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit and then we'll get into the actual quest. I'm going to put Veil of Mist at the back. We'll probably put Swift Wind at the back. The rest of them, I don't think it matters. Kind of want Rock Skin at the front, because that's one of those that you might as well just have it right off the bat. It's a little too easy to lose to save it for a whole quest, in my opinion. Okay. I think we're good here on that. Now, I do need to remember, so you guys help me remember, there is a boss in this quest, and because of our monster scale difficulty chart, that monster needs to have an extra body point. So normally that monster has 3 body points. Tonight it's going to have 4 because of the difficulty of our heroes are experienced enough. So let me get our background music started. There we go. One more thing I forgot to do real fast is grab the character cards so that I can remember the turn order. Just need Paya. Where is Paya? There she is, almost at the back. Hey, if you're hanging out in the stream tonight, don't be afraid to throw something in the chat so I know you're there. I see we've got a few viewers. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Oh, Bohemia says, I'm coming. Oh, my brain, I can't read what that word is. The little bit of EU trivia. Yeah. The EU version of Fire of Wrath was stronger. Really? Well, I definitely want to know what that is. So yeah, as far as I've played it, it's always been 1 body point of damage. You roll a movement dice. If it's a 5 or a 6, that body point's canceled out. Oh, coming always. Okay, yeah. No, I love it. I'm so glad that you're in here doing that because I'm fascinated by that kind of trivia. And I'd love to know their thinking as to why did we need different rules, you know? Well, it kind of seems like they made it harder for us in this case. I think it's only Japan that makes stuff easier for us. Okay, here is the quest text. So, This is Book 2, Kellar's Keep. There are 11 quests. Tonight we are doing Quest 10, the East Gate. You have done well and journeyed far to reach this point. Now you must find the East Gate if you are to reach Grin's Crag and the Emperor. The gate will undoubtedly be guarded, for you are now closer to Kellar's Keep than you have ever been. Beyond the East Gate, you will need the stone map, so protect the 4 pieces with your lives. Okay, so no big thing for this quest. Basically just find the exit door is what we're doing. Bohemia says it was 1 body point, but no line of sight anywhere on the board. Interesting. So a hero clear down in one corner could hit a monster clear in the other corner even if they couldn't see him. That's wild. It's a cool idea though. Okay, as has been pretty usual for Kellar's Keep, we are utilizing an entrance room, which we are doing with this fancy bit of stuff right here. So we'll go ahead and stick our heroes on that room. And the entrance to this quest is actually in this corner of the board, which is going to interrupt my dice setup here, but luckily we can get this room out of the way pretty much as soon as they're all out of it. So before we can start having them move and do stuff here, we need to not show everybody the quest map. We need to populate these hallways because we're treating this door as an open door so they can see everything that's going on down here. We've got a wall right there. Sorry, my face cam is kind of blocking that. What else do we have down that particular way? There's a door leading into this yellowish room. There is also an orc, a mountain orc, hanging out in that hallway. I'm going to show this guy to the camera because this is one of the more recently painted models. By the way, shameless plug, if you want to come hang out on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights, you will find my wife Savannah here painting these. That orc is hanging out right there. And then we also have this kind of long hallway going this way that they could go down. So going this way, there is a couple of walls. There is a door right here. A door into this red room, which I know is just about off camera. And then let me switch cameras for this corner down here. So there's that red room we were just looking at on the other camera. And on this corner down here, there is an ocean orc. These guys are not painted yet, but we'll use a Milton Bradley guy so we remember he's something different. Ocean orc right here. They are fast, but they don't attack as hard. Bohemia says the original of the prototype was also featured on the TV advert and destroyed furniture. Really? Destroyed furniture. I had no idea about that. I knew it was in the TV advert because they make fun of that in the Bardic broadcast video. He says broadsword. And then later, he said, I can't really do the way he says fire of wrath. Yeah, he sounds like he's got a bunch of marbles in his mouth. Doesn't even sound like a normal, you know, European or British accent. Excuse me. That, unfortunately, is just going to be happening throughout the stream tonight. So apologies to everyone. I am still trying to get over this sickness, so hopefully this won't be too distracting. Okay, now that we know what is down both of these hallways, we can determine what these heroes are going to do and which way they're going to go. We're going to start with Paya. Now, she does have a vendetta against orcs, so I would say that we ought to double weight her not searching and just going straight for either one of these orcs. So her options are traps in this hallway, secret doors in this hallway, traps in this hallway, secret doors in this hallway. Ignore all of that and go fight the orc. Actually, there's 2 orcs, so we'll double weight that. So she's got 6 possible options, the last 2 of which are ignore searching and go fight the orc. Okay, she is going with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which was secret doors in this hallway. And there are none. Yeah. Cody says noise gate the cough. It will be all right. Yeah, totally. Fire Ra. Yeah. That is a fantastic spelling of that, Bohemians. Yeah. Okay, Paya, second action. Traps secret doors, traps, fight the orc, fight the orc. Well, she's just, despite her vendetta, she's just not going for it, okay? All right, she's going for traps in this shorter hallway right here, and again, there are none. Okay, Mordecai. He likes to search for secret doors. Okay, so let's see, what are the options? Secret doors, traps, go fight the orc. Okay, weird. He's going for secret doors in the long hallway. Sometimes randomizing stuff, oh sorry, no, traps in the long hallway. Sometimes randomizing stuff just gives you weird options. No traps in this hallway either. Okay, Mordecai. Secret doors or go fight the orc. He's doing the secret doors over there. Okay, so I guess all of our heroes are just content to hang out in that entrance room. They don't want to go out. They're tired tonight. Maybe they're sick as well. However, old Tiaga here, the warlock, now has no more searching left to do. Her two options are cast demon form or go fight the orc. And she is going to start by casting demon form. The heroes don't want to leave this room. There must be some really good hot dogs or something in this room. Nice cold Pepsi or something. They don't want to get out of here. Okay, Tiaga, there's nothing left to do but move. And she really is moving. Which direction is she going? She is going up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is she going to open the door or go for the orc? She's going for the orc. Okay, that's the better option. I'm glad she did that. And we are now at Robert Tylan the Berserker, who is down here, who also now only has movement as an option. Is he going with Tiaga or is he going down the other direction? He is going to actually head down the other direction. So he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is he still on camera? Just barely. So not very fast, but he is headed that way. Cody says the heroes are afraid of getting dysentery at this point. Yeah, dysentery. I don't know why I said that so weird. Dysentery. Yeah. Ah, good old Oregon Trail. Just old enough to have still played that in school, although it was certainly not the OG version. Okay, monster's turn. Let's start with this orc up here that is attacking Tiaga, and hopefully it doesn't cost her her demon form immediately, which would be kind of sad. The orc swings its axe at Tiaga and hits her with a 2. Which she blocks. Nice. Over here we have our ocean orc, who is also going to move. Now, ocean monsters are very fast, but their attack suffers a little bit. I don't think he'll reach Robert, but he's going to get close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We just barely moved him off camera there. So he ended up right there. So close, but not quite up enough to attack. Okay, monster's turn certainly could have gone much worse. The heroes definitely got lucky right there. Let's see what we are doing. I'm really looking forward to getting this entrance room out of my way. It's right in my workspace. Paya, where are we going? Are you helping Tiaga or helping Robert? She is going to go help Robert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she can't take her 7th move because Robert is in the way. As I mentioned in the last quest, she upped her skill sets to allow her to have energy bolts, which is the only way she can do long range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, that orc is still just barely out of range, so she can't do anything else. No searching left in this hallway. So we are back to Mordecai the Wizard, who also just needs to move, and we are going to have him go down and help Tiaga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and yep, we sure moved him off camera. Now can he fire at that orc from that position? To get rid of the entrance room here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes he can. Okay, he pulls out his oak wand and fires a blast of energy, hitting it with 2. The orc attempts to defend, but does not. The orc is dead. And somehow was not killed by the giant demon thing standing in front of him. Okay. Now I can kind of move everything back to where I'm used to having it, now that that entrance room is kind of out of my way. Okay, it is indeed Tiaga's turn. Now, something that I had not thought of is that because she's standing right there, she can see down this hallway. So we actually should have revealed this hallway on the previous turn, but oh well. What she can see is a couple of walls, a door, another door, and a wasteland orc. Wasteland monsters are slow, but they have higher defense. This wasteland orc is this guy right here. So we kind of need to figure out what she's going to do now. Now she's the one with the vendetta, right? No, she's got a vendetta against goblins, and not orcs. Because we've got this door that she just passed up, which would be kind of silly to not go into, but can we handle letting that orc come up on them when they're concentrating on something else? I think we should probably card this. Is she going to go attack that orc? Or is she going to back up and open that door? I think most players, actually now that I'm thinking about this, and tell me if you guys agree, I think most players probably would kill the orc and then go back and open the door. Go ahead and says, I'm so sick of my Xbox. Oh no. Is it acting up? I hate when it does that. I've got an Xbox 360. That's the only Xbox console I've ever owned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she'd be able to shoot at him if she moved one. And I've had to buy two because one of them redlined. Go ahead and says, I've had to restart it at least 7 times in the last couple of days. Yeah, that sounds like a bad issue. Cody says, kill the orcs, slay the orcs, destroy the orcs. Yes, agreed. Okay, in her demon form, Tiaga gets an extra attack dice for close and long range attacks. She gets to ignore pit traps, but she will lose it if she gets hurt. She can get it back by killing a monster. So right now, because her long range is 3 normally, she's in demon form, so her long range becomes 4. And she is going to fire a blast of energy at this wasteland orc, hitting it with a 3, which would be a skilled strike on most orcs, but not this one since it's a wasteland orc. Still unlikely to survive. No, it didn't block a single one. It is dead. However, it kind of wasted her turn and her ability. Go ahead and says, I swear if I don't restart it fully, I cannot switch games. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds like bad news right there. I've never had luck with much anything technology-wise. Excuse me, guys, I'm going to blow my nose real fast. So that's the sort of thing that usually I'm left with a controller in my hand with a game that's not working and me yelling at the TV, what did I do? What did I do? Okay, that takes us over to Robert Tylan the Berserker, who is headed for, oh yeah, that orc right there. Cody says it worked, that those are actually lyrics from Destroy the Orcs by 3 Inches of Blood. Nice. Yeah, that's fantastic that worked. Now, Robert does not have long range, so he's going to have to go up to this orc to attack it. But he is a berserker after all, so I imagine he would prioritize the orc over the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Robert swings his battle axe at the ocean orc, hitting it with a 2. The orc defends 1, but not the other, meaning it is dead. Okie dokie, that brings us to the monster's turn, and thankfully, thanks to those good rolls, there are no monsters on the board at the moment, so we are right back to Paya the Monk, who is right here. So she can head up and open this door, I imagine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In this sort of maroon room right here, there is almost nothing. What she finds is a particularly strange looking wasteland femur, although she can't quite place why it looks strange. Now for now, what does she have? She's pretty much equal on everything. So is she going to stop here and search this room for traps? No, she is not. Okay, so she's going to go in there and fight it, but is she going to go in there and fight it, or is she going to shoot at it from the door? She's going to go in there and fight it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Luckily, none of those spaces were trapped. Okay, she's got 2 attack dice. That's right, and that's just how strong she is with her fists. So she throws a punch at the Femur, hitting it with a 1. And it does not block. It's not dead, but it is damaged. Okie dokie, over here we are now at Morkai, the wizard, who is, I imagine, going to open this room. This yellow room here. 1, 2. Opening the door, we have another door and a couple of bad news Chaos Warriors. Oops, that's not the sort of thing you normally want your wizard to open up. Chaos Warrior here. Chaos Warrior here. That's a whole bunch of... Uh-oh. Let's see, what's his whole thing here? He likes to search for secret doors. He prefers to be close range. That does make sense right at the moment, because he's got higher attack as long as he's at full health. Okay, but he... Oh, and he prioritizes battle over safety. So is he going to stop here and search for traps? Or we're going to double weight? The answer is no. So traps, go fight, go fight. Okay, yes, he is indeed going to go fight. Excuse me. And he hits harder when he's close range, so I think it makes more sense for him to walk in there. If he's not concerned about traps. We're going to have him go up there. Luckily, none of those squares were trapped. Morkai has the wizard staff. Now, this is a homebrew thing. The wizard staff normally grants you 2 attack dice with diagonal abilities, but because I essentially got rid of diagonal things because I felt that long-range weapons negated the need for diagonal weapons, the wizard staff now gives him 3 attack dice as long as he's at full health. As soon as he's not at full health, it's down to 2. So he swings his wizard staff at the Chaos Warrior. Wow, hitting it with a 3. Look at that. Morkai one-shots a Chaos Warrior. No defense. That guy is dead. Yes. Bohemia says, orcs ahead at the gates of the mountain. Hold the line. Feel the breath of the horde that's charging us. We are outnumbered as defenders overrun. We will answer to the fire with fire. Yes. Love it. Where are we? We are at Demon Form Warlock. Now, she's got to be a little bit jealous. I mean, I guess she didn't theoretically see Morkai do that, but that was a pretty cool thing. 1, 2. Now, it's actually to her benefit to shoot rather than attack. So what's her whole deal? She prefers trap search. So is she going to stop here and search for traps? And we're going to double weight yes. So traps, traps, attack. Okay, she is going to search this room for traps, and there are none. That is going to take us over to the Berserker, who is going to go back in there and help Paya. Did she search this room for traps? No, she sure didn't. 1, 2. What's his deal? Yeah, he prefers battle. So traps, battle, battle. King is redraw. Yes, that is battle. Where did he move? 1, 2. Oh, 3, 4, 5. That's so annoying. He doesn't have long range, so he totally can't attack. I guess here's where diagonal attack would come in handy, wouldn't it? I've been proven wrong immediately. Cody says, I also just remembered that the old Christian Greenville band Bloodshed Fables had a song called Never Tell an Orc I Love You. Yes. Bohemia says, Windrose dwarf metal band. Oh, that is fantastic. I definitely need to look that up. I remember Bloodshed Fables, Cody. That is crazy. That is an old memory. Never tell an orc I love you. That's great. Okay, poor Robert didn't get close enough to attack this quote-unquote femur, so I guess it is the monster's turn. So let's see what's going on here. First off, we have said quote-unquote femur attacking Paya the monk. It swings its axe, but misses. That's some quote-unquote femur that strangely looks like a ditto. We won't say why. Chaos Warrior over here has 2 options for attack. Could be Morkai, could be Tiaga. Which one is he going for? He is going for Morkai. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I mean, I would too. He just watched this old man one-shot his buddy. Chaos Warrior swings his axe, hitting Morkai with a 1. What's his defense looking like? Yeah, 3. That's what I figured. But Morkai is a Chaos Warrior machine this quest, and he immediately blocks that attack. All right, that was a pretty ineffective monster's turn. Oh no. Cody says, this is my man voice. Meanwhile, it's just an orc setting. Ooh, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. Oh, track like what, 7 or 8 or something of our second ever album together. Musicland was the was the name of that album. Bohemia says, don't listen to the cover of Diggy Diggy Hole, you'll get addicted. Oh, that's great. Okay, Paya on the Ditto Femur here. Paya hits it with a punch, hitting it with critical hit of 2. Oh my gosh, and it defended it. Look at that, that's ridiculous. Poor Paya. Okay, well, she can spend her other action searching this room for secret doors. There are none. Oh, she didn't search for traps. Well, too late. I already said the other thing. She searched for secret doors and there are none. We are now at Morkai. What year did that album come out, Cody? Do you remember? Musicland? Was that 2003 or 2004? I want to say 4. Because the Valentine album was definitely 2003. But we were moving pretty quick. Cody says, I think 4. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, you're right. But yeah, we were moving pretty quick back then. So it's hard to say. Okay, Morkai on the other Chaos Warrior. He's still got full health, so he's still swinging 3. Can he do it again? Morkai swings the Wizard Staff at the Chaos Warrior. Ooh, not quite, but that's still a good hit. Hits it with a 2. The Chaos Warrior attempts to defend and does not defend a single one. Again, it is not dead, but it is severely damaged, and Morkai is not screwing around. Cody says, I mean, that Valentine album was like 6 months late. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that sounds exactly like us, you know what I mean? To be trying to woo these 2 girls and think, ooh, I know what would make a good Valentine's present, an album. And then we didn't give it to them until like May or June or something. Classic. And it didn't work. It didn't work either. Okay, it is now Tiaga, and she is gonna be firing at that guy. Let's see if she can finish him off. She's throwing 4 with her long range right at the moment. She sends a blast of demonic energy at the Chaos Warrior, hitting it with a 3. And that would have been a one-shot for her if it wasn't already damaged. Boy, they took care of those guys quick. What else has she got to do? I don't think I did anything with Morkai's second action either. Oh well. Is she going to search for secret doors from her current location, or is she going to move into the room with the intention of searching for treasure? Or she could go open that door. I mean, it's any of those 3 things, I suppose. She's going to search for secret doors right from where she's at, and there are none. Okay, Robert Tylan can now finish what he started and move the rest of the way up here and actually attack this guy. Robert swings his battle axe at the quote-unquote femur, hitting it with a 2. And it does not defend, which would kill it, except this femur is not actually a femur. This is a shape-shifting monster, and every time you kill it, it turns into another one of its random forms, and they are going to have to kill it 3 more times before it stays dead. So let's go ahead and shuffle the deck and see what monster it turns into next. So the femur is gone, however now it turns into a Dread Warrior.
It's a bottle.
Yeah. There's a Dread Warrior drawer. How terribly unfortunate. Cody says, no, but inspired another song a couple years later, so that was a plus. I should re-record some of our old songs. Yes. Yes. And Cody says, I hate this monster. Yeah. Yeah, this'll hold them up a little bit, I think. Okay, and he moved and attacked. So it is indeed the monster's turn, and this Dread Warrior, quote-unquote Dread Warrior, is the only monster on the board right at the moment. It could attack either one of them, and it is going to attack Paya. It swings its mace, hitting her with a 1. Now, she's got pretty hefty defense right now. Yes, she does. Oops. How'd I do that? Where did that dice go? Oh, I see it. And she didn't defend it. 5 defense dice, block 1 skull, can't do it. Hand me the fly swatter. Got an earwig on the dice camera cord. Sorry, dice camera. There we go. Oh, and there's a dead bug in the tray. Bad news. Bad news. How do we get this guy out of here? I don't particularly want to touch it, but I think we might have to. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I got tissues like everywhere. Hashtag dead bug. Yeah. Oops. Can't let a stream go by without reminding you guys that I'm a sociopath that kills bugs instead of letting them outside. Okay. That was the monster's turn. So we are back to Paya the monk, who has got to be very surprised right at the moment to see a dread warrior in front of her. Let's go ahead and use her strength of the mountain. So this is her element of earth. Now these are the 2 cards that she has that are associated with the element of earth. Using one uses up them both. So her strength of the mountain is going to allow her to roll 2 additional attack dice on an unarmed attack. So she's going to be a little bit stronger just for this particular attack. She throws a strength of the mountain fist at the dread warrior, hitting it with a 1. Ah, jeez. Which of course it blocks. Well, that was a waste of one of her best skills. And what else can she do? She might as well search for traps in this room, since she's not doing anything else, and there are none. Over here, Morkai. Search for treasure or leave the room. He is indeed going to search for treasure. Let's see what he finds. He finds a wandering monster. Oh, what a fantastic way to start the quest. The wandering monster in this quest is a wasteland femur, and this one is not a ditto femur. It is indeed just a femur. So the femur swings its axe at Morkai, hitting him with a 2, which he blocks. Look at this, Morkai is not messing around today, guys. This is ridiculous. Okay, now that was only Morkai's first action too, the treasure search, which means he can attack back, and he is still at full health, so he's still throwing 3. He attacks with the wizard's staff, hitting the femur with a 1. That was not a very good attack. But the femur doesn't block it. But Morkai's just become our MVP or something. Okay, it is now Tiaga, the warlock's turn, and she is still in a position that she might as well fire at this guy and just get rid of him. She fires a blast of demonic energy at the femur, hitting it with a 3, which it does not block. It is dead. Sorry for the kind of pauses in the commentary. I'm trying to drink a lot so that my throat doesn't dry out. Okay, nothing else can be searched in this room, so she might as well go open that door, because she does have another action. 2, 3, 4. It's kind of unfortunate that this worked out that way, but that is what most players would do. In this new room, we have an altar. We're going to go ahead and put a carpet down, just because this is a nice, fancy place. We've got our Mage of the Mirror variant altar, or maybe this is a Rise of the Dread Moon variant. I'm not sure which, maybe both. It's got like a little crystal ball and a skull on it. And also the boss of tonight's quest, which is Borok, a Chaos Warlock. Now this guy is particularly interesting because he's not even really a normal Chaos Warlock. He doesn't have any Chaos spells or any Dread spells. What he can do though is long range attack any hero that he can see, or if there are multiple heroes in the room, it's going to count for all of the heroes in the room with 2 attack dice, which will attack their mind points instead of their body points, and they can't defend. Now, if they get to 0 mind points, they go into shock, and we're going to have to read up on the rules as to what that is if we get there. Last time I played this quest, that did happen. But both of the heroes that are over here have a pretty good amount of mind points, so hopefully that won't happen. The other unfortunate thing is, Tiaga's just got to stop her turn now. She attacked and then moved, so there's nothing else she can do. Is she going to go in there? Do you send them into a mental institution? Yeah. Well, it used to be they were dead. In the OG rules, at least the way I remember them, if you got to 0 mind points, you're dead. But I think one of the, and I think this was even in a Milton Bradley thing, one of the later expansions decided, no, actually dead is too harsh of a punishment for something you can't defend. We'll make you go into shock, which just like nerfs you really bad, and there's not really a way to fix it. I think there's a potion nowadays that can fix it, but we don't have any of those. Okay, Berserker. Or I should say the heroes don't have any of those yet. We do have those available. The Berserker attacking the quote-unquote Dread Warrior. Swings his battle axe. And hits it with a 1. Come on, guys. Which it defends, because of course it would. You guys, you gotta hit the Dread Warrior harder than that. I would hate to use his Enrage skill already. But they do know that this is going to be a long battle. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. We are going to go ahead and use Robert's Enrage skill. So as an action, you may lose up to 2 body points to immediately make an attack, even if you have already attacked this turn. Add additional attack dice equal to the number of body points you lose. So we're going to go ahead and have him lose 2 body points, because he's got them to spare right at the moment. This is going to drop him to 11. And he's going to get to make a second attack on this Dread Warrior. That's the guy. This time he hits it with a 4. And it defends 1, but still takes 3 body points, which means it is dead. Cody says Dread Warriors use like 37 defense. That's how it feels anyway. Yeah, it sure does. This Dread Warrior is dead. However, the monster is not. This is a shape-shifting monster, and it still has 2 forms left. Its next form is going to be an orc. At least it's not a real bad... It's nothing terrible. Just when they think they've defeated the monster, it rises again, this time as an orc. However, Robert has used up both his actions this turn. So it is the monster's turn. Let's go ahead and take care of this orc now that it's here. Who's it attacking? It is again going to attack Paya. It swings its mace at the monk, hitting her with a 1. Which again, she doesn't defend. Come on, Paya. Excuse me. Borok over here, as I mentioned, can attack any hero within his line of sight, or if there are multiple heroes in the room, he can attack all of them at once. So right now, none of the heroes are in the room, but he can see Tiaga, so he is going to attack her with his mind spell. This is 2 attack dice. Oops. And she can't defend this. Oh, and he missed. She got super lucky. So this guy can either be a really big threat or kind of a pushover. If he keeps missing, it's going to be the second one. Okay, back to the hero's turn. We don't need to switch cameras. We need to move the camera. There we go. It is Paya the monk's turn, and hopefully she can kill this orc in 1 shot. She throws a punch at the orc and misses. It's because I said something, isn't it? Come on, Tiaga. Yeah, she hasn't been doing very good this quest so far. There is nothing else she can do, so I guess her turn is over. Back over here, we now have this boss room that we need to contend with. Let's get Mordecai in there. What kind of spells did he have? Excuse me. See, he would be good to go ahead and use his attacks while he's got them, his stronger attacks, but He really ought to be using his spells, too. Okay. Let's stop him here and ask, is he going to go in there and attack, or is he going to cast a spell? Okay, he is going to go in there and attack. He's being ballsy, this quest, that's for sure. He swings the wizard staff at Borok, hitting him with a 2. Borok defends, and defends one, but not the other. Awesome. One moment, I'm going to blow my nose again. There we go. It is now Tiaga's turn, and she can go ahead and just fire at the guy from right where she's at. She doesn't even really need to do anything. She sends a blast of demonic energy at the boss, hitting him with a 1, which he also does not defend. That's surprising. Either way, he is still not dead. With her other action, she can go ahead and search this blue room for traps and find that there are none. Back over here, we are now at Robert Tylan the Berserker. He swings his axe at the orc, hitting it with a 1, which luckily it does not block, which gets rid of this, but we do have one more form left on this guy before he is totally dead. Here it is. For the last time, he becomes a mummy. Shape-shifting monster is almost defeated. But for his final form, he becomes a mummy. Okay, nothing else that Robert can do on this turn, so it is the monster's turn. Let's take care of this mummy. It is going to again hit Paya, probably because it keeps hitting her, even though she should be able to defend it. It throws a punch and hits her with a 2. She manages to block it, but look at that, just barely. No overkill dice at all. Cody says, does that mean a mummy is his true form? Yeah, I suppose so. I think you probably could argue that. The projections are down. Excuse me. Yes, okay, and then we are at Borok, who can now hit Morkai. So again, he can't hit Tiaga now because his line of sight is blocked and she's not in the room. If both of them are in the room, he would be able to hit both of them. He reaches into Morkai's mind and does manage to score a hit, taking Morkai to 5 mind points. Now, this will automatically heal between quests, but for this quest in particular, any damage done to the mind points is permanent. Because they don't have the healing stuff. Okay, hero's turn. It is now Paya the monk's turn. See if we can get rid of this guy once and for all. She throws a fist at the mummy, hitting it with a 1. But it blocks. We need to get her some better attack. She needs to build that combat skill set so that she's actually useful for attack. She's fallen behind the group. Nothing else she can do because all the searching is done. We now come over to this group over here, and we are at Morkai. So let's go ahead and do a physical attack first. He's still at full health. He hits the boss with a 2. And the boss does not defend. That, believe it or not, that is Borok defeated. He was kind of a pushover in this quest. Last time I played this quest, he wreaked havoc. He had 2 heroes in shock, and they were struggling to beat him after that. They had to bring the other 2 heroes that were off doing other stuff over to help because the 2 that were fighting him were just losing terribly. This time, he just wasn't a big deal. We'll go ahead and mark that on Morkai's sheet. That's actually his first achievement. He killed Borok. Yeah, really. I mean, this is his quest, I guess. Yeah. Okay, he can also search. Secret doors, or treasure. He's going for treasure. Ruthless, this guy. What do we have? Do we have anything special in here? Surely you get something special for killing this guy. Nope, you sure don't. Okay, let's see what he finds. A potion of defense. Okay, not terrible for a wizard. And that takes us to Tiago, who might as well spend, well, he can search before he moves out of there. Yeah, let's get her moving on. One, two, three, four. So not very quickly, but we're gonna go ahead and have her head up towards this door right here. Down here, these guys are still in the first room that they went into, thanks to this monster that just will not die. Robert Tylan swings his battle axe at the mummy. Wow, hitting it with a critical hit of 4. I bet that'll do it. The mummy blocks 2, which is about as good as it could have done, but it's still dead.
Robert's like, I'm sick of this crap.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of this guy. He's gone now. So that brought that attack down to exactly the amount needed to kill it. Finally getting rid of this shape-shifting monster once and for all. Sheesh. Okay, Robert, second action. Searching for treasure or leaving? He's leaving. He doesn't care about that kill. He's going to let Paya reap the rewards. Whoops. I guess he's drunk, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Headed off towards the next door. Okay, no monsters on the board, which means we are back to Paya the monk, and the only thing left in here is to search for treasure. Again, I don't think you get anything special. Nope. Regular treasure search. Oh, she accidentally triggers a spring-loaded mechanism which crushes a glass vial and showers you in a stinging purple liquid. It's poison. Roll 1 combat dice. If it lands on a skull, you lose 1 body point. And she does indeed. Man, she's a monk. Poison's not supposed to work on her. That brings Paya down to 8. Okay, second action, she can go ahead and move out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sending her on the way down the hallway. Hopefully we can get these guys on the other camera. Yeah. So now we can kind of dedicate the 2 cameras to our 2 party members. Or two teams, rather, really. Okay, Mordecai, he is going to search for secret doors in this blue room before he gets out of there. There are none. So let's go ahead and move towards that other door. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can't take his 5th movement. And then we got Tiaga, also moving along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They never searched this area for traps. Let's pause her right here. Is she going to search for traps? She does like to do that, so traps, keep walking. She is going to stop right there and search for traps. Luckily, there are none. But potentially, just like a real player would, I forgot to do it. Okay, Robert Tylan, the Berserker, down here in the hallway. Let's get him moving. I'd say he is probably going to reach this door. So we'll close up on the red room here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this room, there are no further doors. There is a fireplace, an alchemy bench. This is a nice area. We're going to use carpets. And 2 more Chaos Warriors. Right there and right there. No fun. Okay, now he prefers running in to attack, so search for traps, attack, attack. Ha. He is searching for traps, believe it or not. For once, he has decided to be a little bit cautious. And there are no traps in that room. It is now the monster's turn, and we have 2 Chaos Warriors, one of which is going to come up and attack him. It's going to be this one. Chaos Warrior swings attacks at the Berserker, hitting him with a 3. What's his defense looking like these days? Not very good. He blocks 2, but takes 1. Dropping him to 10 body points. Not too bad, all things considered. Please excuse while I empty the schnoz. There we go. Successful evacuation. I just realized that the dice cam is kind of messed up still from when I smacked it. Okay, Paya the Monk, who is down further down in the hallway here. She is going to get up there and hopefully help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, she recently gained the ability to shoot energy bolts, which is going to be what she is doing now. This has granted her the only long range she's going to get for the rest of the game. She throws some energy bolts at the Chaos Warrior, hitting it with a 1. But it blocks. Okie dokie, over here we've got Mordecai the Wizard. Moving along. Oh, but not very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are you doing, guy? We'll let him search for secret doors in this hallway, although there are none. Yeah, we don't need to switch cameras because Tiaga is next. And she can move 1, 2, 3 up to this door. In this room, we have no further doors, a weapons rack, 2 mountain goblins, one here and one here, and also a wasteland goblin. Again, wasteland monsters are slow, but they have higher defense. Wasteland guy is here. Okay, Tiaga prefers safety, so are we going trap search, or battle? Trap search. And there are no traps in this room. This quest has also been kind of light on traps so far. Ah. And that brings us back to Robert Tylan the Berserker, who is down here being attacked by Chaos Warriors. There we go. Robert swings his battle axe, hitting that Chaos Warrior with a 2. It does not block either hit. It is not dead, though. Okay, he can use his other action to search that room for secret doors, and there are none. It's too bad he didn't blast his way past that guy, though. Monster's turn. First off, let's go ahead and take care of this right here. Chaos Warrior swings its axe at Robert, hitting him with a 2, which he does not block either hit, dropping him to 8. Up in the other room, we've got 3 possible monsters that could hit Tiaga, and we are going with the Wasteland Goblin. 1, 2, 3. Wasteland Goblin swings its sword, hitting her with a critical hit of 2. She does not block either hit. Oh, that sucks a little bit. So this is going to drop her down to 8, and also means that she loses her demon form, at least for now, but all she has to do to get it back is kill a monster. So it's not really that big of a loss. Odds are she's going to get it back. Okie dokie, how's everybody doing? I see we've got quite a few viewers. Don't be afraid to throw something in the chat. If you've got any sort of suggestions or questions about lore or questions about game mechanics, or just want to say something at all, let me know what's happening. Hope you're all doing good. Happy you tuned in. Okie dokie, we are back to Paya the Monk, and she is not on that camera. Here she is. Paya the Monk down here is helping to fight these Chaos Warriors. She's recently gained access to energy bolts, so she is going to fire some energy at that Chaos Warrior, hitting it with a critical hit of 2. It blocks 1, but not the other one, which does mean that she was able to get just enough chip damage in there to get rid of it. Now they know there's no traps in that room, so she's free to use her second action to go ahead and move in there. 1, 2, 3, although we definitely don't want her to be the one who's close range, so we're going to offset her right there. because Robert can't do long range. Okie dokie, Mordecai the Wizard, who is up on the other camera and back in the hallway. Let's get the camera a little bit closer to these guys. Yeah. Get him up there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He is going to shoot a blast of energy from his oak wand at that goblin, hitting it with a 1, and it does not defend. It is dead. Very nice. We are now at Tiaga the Warlock, who is standing right there. She definitely needs to get rid of one of these goblins so that she can get that demon form back. The question is she going to walk in there and do it, or fire from where she is? She actually throws more dice long range. She's going to walk in there and do it. She's feeling particularly close range heavy today. Which guy is she walking up to? She's just going right up straight like that. She's got a wooden staff, which she swings at that goblin, hitting it with a 1. The goblin does not defend. Consuming its essence, she regains the ability to cast her demon form spell, which we will do on the next turn probably. Right now, she has used up both her actions. We are now at Robert Tylan the Berserker, who is down here. Might as well get in there to attack that other Chaos Warrior. 1, 2. Swings his battle axe at the Chaos Warrior, hitting it, whoa, with a critical hit of 4. This guy's dead, right? It blocks 1, but still takes 3 damage, meaning, yes, indeed, it is dead. What Chaos Warriors were kind of like big threats prior to tonight. What's the deal? All of a sudden, heroes are just taking them out with like it's nothing. Monsters on the board. Looks like we just have this goblin up here hanging out with Tiaga, which could go after either her or Mordecai, although it can't see Mordecai, so I'm going to say it's probably just going to attack Tiaga. Swings its sword at the Warlock, hitting her with a 1, which she blocks. Awesome. And that just takes us right back to the hero's turn, which right at the moment is Paya the Monk. We only need to search for treasure in here, so what is she doing? Yeah, she doesn't care one way or the other. Search for treasure or leave. She's going to leave. 1, 2, 3, and we might as well keep going this way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll try and remember that that's 9. What she can see down this hallway is a wall, and that is it. She's going to stop and search for traps. No, she is not. 10, 11. Okay. Luckily, neither of those 2 squares are traps, but now that she's stopped, she still has a second action. It's going to be search for traps or secret doors. Now she searches for traps. There are no traps in this hallway. Okie dokie. Good old Mordecai. 1. Did they search? Yeah, they did. 2, 3, 4, 5. Mordecai, the cold-blooded killer in this quest. Swings his wizard staff at the goblin, hitting it with a 2, which indeed is a skilled strike for a mountain goblin, making this guy super dead. Our first super dead of the quest. And to no surprise, it was Mordecai, who is just killing everything he looks at today. I mean, that's the point, but it's just weird. All right, Tiaga, what do we got left to do in here? Secret doors and treasure. She doesn't have a preference. Secret doors, treasure, or leave. She's going for secret doors. There are none. Treasure or leave. She's going to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is going to have her opening the door into the central room. Oh, what do we got? Bohemia says paper cuts expert. Yes. And Cody says Mordecai, the slayer of beasts. Yes. Yeah, that is kind of funny because he's holding the book. The mini is holding a book and nothing else. So it kind of indicates that he's just bashing him over the head with a book or giving him paper cuts. We got another door. We got another door. And we have a smattering of bad news. 2 ocean abominations. 1 in each corner. of this bottom section. 2 wasteland wasteland femurs. Here and here. 1 dread warrior. And most dangerously, 1 Doomguard. Now, we've run into a couple of Doomguard before. They are Zargon's elite lieutenants. They are essentially souped up Chaos Warriors with much higher attack and defense. They're kind of slow, but this is still not the guy that you want attacking you. That's for sure. Okay, now, normally we would draw to see if she's going to walk into the room or not, but it would be straight up foolish for her to walk into that room. So we're just going to pause her right there. Back over here, away from the action, we have Robert the Berserker, who needs to start this turn with a treasure search. Let's see what he finds in this room. Oh, finally, he found the other treasure hoard card. Under a loose stone in the floor, you find a small chest. Inside is 300 gold coins. Awesome, there's only 2 of those in the treasure deck, and I knew that one was coming. Just wasn't sure when. So that's going to put us up to 430 coins. Very nice. We've only got 2 cards left, and then we're going to have to shuffle this. We've been using this same deck since the very first episode, and we're just now going to have to shuffle it. Yeah, we should get to this quest. Cody says there better be some super nice treasure in there. If I was a hero and beat all of them and only got 15 gold, I'd go home. Yeah. Bohemia says, are the Doomguard from Dark Company? Nice. I think that's where they were introduced story-wise. The minis themselves are actually from, I'm showing this to the wrong camera, are from the Minis 3D website. So Pablo Minis is who made these, and I think he's meant them to just be Chaos Warriors, but they're a little bigger and a little bit more scary looking, so I decided to use them for Doomguard. Very nice quality stuff, though. So we got about 6 different sculpts of those. Now, unfortunately, the night before we started Midnight Quest, I was carrying a couple of these drawers over here and dropped them by accident, tripped over something and dropped them, and they landed directly on all of those Doomguard minis, and it actually broke the weapons off a couple of them. So I'm gonna try and hot glue those back on here soon, because I was very upset about that. I've had those minis for 2 or 3 years now, and they've been fine. And then right before we start filming, I break them. I haven't broke a mini in decades. Okay, so that was Robert. So his second action, now he can get moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So looking down the hallway over here with Paya, and his other action was treasure, so he doesn't have another action. Monster's turn. We've got some uh-oh going on up here, and just about any of these guys could get to her. The Doomguard is actually the only one who does not have enough movement to get over there to her. So I guess we ought to decide who's gonna go. Actually, how do the Wasteland Femurs move? Okay, so actually this Wasteland Femur also can't get over there to her. So it's this one, this one, this one, or this one. So it's 4 possible monsters. We're just gonna have this guy go. 1 and 2. Ocean Abomination thrusts his spear at Tiaga, but misses. I do have, by the way, Bohemius, I have Dark Company in my campaign. That's going to be one of the books. I have yet to figure out how we're going to do that with the cameras, because it is a 4-board quest, simultaneous 4 boards going on, and I would really, really love to run that as a totally open, we send in 6 or 8 heroes and they can just go wherever, rather than running it as a bunch of separate quests. But is this table big enough for 4 boards? And can the cameras reach everywhere on those 4 boards is going to be something that I'm going to have to figure out. Okie dokie, back to the hero's turn, which means we are at Paya the monk, who is over here in this hallway. Unfortunately, I need to blow my nose again real quick. There we go. Continuously hoping I'm not leaving snot in my mustache. Bohemia says, yes, I got the 3D files for those specific minis. Minis 3D got the license to sell them. Oh, nice, yeah. But I meant rule-wise, do they have the same ability as the Dark Company? I don't think so. I may have given them similar stats, but they have a weird thing, don't they? Am I remembering right that if they get a single black shield, it means they blocked the entire attack? Regardless of how many skulls were rolled? I think that's right. Because if that's what you're referring to, no, I did not give them that. But we might do that for the Dark Company quest. Yes. We might do that for the Dark Company quest itself. But at least in this early period, I just kind of gave them normal stats. They're still elevated. They're much harder than a Dread Warrior or a Chaos Warrior. But no, I didn't keep the black shield rule. That is brutal. Let's get Paya moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect amount to get her up into this upper hallway, where we can see kind of a mirror of the other side of the quest. So we've got a wall up here. There we go. A wall here. We can see the door into the central room. There is a door pretty close to her, right here. And another door here, as well as a mountain orc guarding that door. Awesome. Now, I don't think she's close enough to shoot that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, just barely. Okay, so she is going to fire some energy bolts at that mountain orc. But she misses. No, that's all good. We don't want it to be too easy. Over here, in the continuing story of Whoa, we have Mordecai the Wizard, who needs to start this turn with a treasure search in this room. Let's see what he finds. He finds a potion of defense. Isn't that what he found in the last one? Well, now he's got 2. Good, he can go charging into that room and single-handedly kill all those monsters, I guess, is what he's going to do. And we'll go ahead and move him down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, nice. Okay, Tiaga. We're going to start her off by recasting her demon form spell. Since she got it back, there's really no reason for her not to have that activated, since it's pretty easy for her to get it back. Now, she is close range on this guy, so she's swinging a little bit less than she would if she were long range, but I think that's okay. She swipes her claws at the Ocean Abomination, hitting it with a 1. It doesn't block, but it's not dead. That's disappointing, and that was her 2 actions. So hopefully she doesn't just immediately lose the demon form again. That would definitely be disappointing. And then back over here, we are at Robert Tylan, the Berserker, who's down here in the corner. He's rolling pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now he can't see that orc, and he doesn't have long range even if he could see the orc. But he is standing on a square adjacent to that hallway, which means he can search it for something. Is it going to be traps or secret doors? He's going secret doors, this guy, and there are none. We got plenty enough doors in that hallway. Okie dokie, monster's turn. Let's take care of this orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Orc swings its cleaver at Paya. hitting her with a 2. Which she blocks, but again, just barely, every time. 5 defense dice, and it's almost too much to ask to get 2 white shields. Kind of wild. And then back over here, we of course have our Ocean Abomination attacking Tiaga, and we can probably start moving some of these guys out the other door now that we have heroes within range over there too. So Ocean Abomination thrusts the spear at Tiaga, hitting her with a 1, which luckily she blocks, but notice there's only 1 white shield out of those 3 dice. Yeah, I think we're going to move some of these monsters out the door. Let's kind of commit half and half. So we'll leave the Dread Warrior over here. 1, 2, 3. We'll leave the Femur over here. But let's send this Abomination, this Femur, and the Doom Guard out the other door, going for the other team. Now I know the Wasteland Femurs move 4. Doom Guard I think only move 4. Yep. Ocean Abominations should be fast though. 10. Yeah. So definitely fast. We'll go ahead and open the door. Switch to the other camera. Here we go. We'll move the fast guy first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right up against there. And then the 2 slow guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So not super effective there, but we've definitely got a stream of monsters coming down at them. Okay, back to the hero's turn. Paya needs to try and take care of this orc so that they can take care of the much bigger problem they're about to have. She swings a fist at the orc, hitting it with a critical hit of 2, which it does not defend. It is dead. Now, it would actually be in her best interest to stay right where she's at so that Robert Tylan can get close range on these harder monsters. So we'll use her other action to search this hallway for traps, and there are none. That's going to take us over to the other team momentarily, where we have Mordecai the Wizard. Let's see, he can fire, but now would also be a really good time for him to be casting some spells. Yes. Okay, we're going to start off with him casting Rock Skin on Tiaga in an effort to try and help her keep that demon form. The hero may use 1 extra defense dice when being attacked. The spell is broken when the hero suffers 1 body point of damage. So it'll hopefully help her hang on to that demon form a little bit longer. And he is also going to send a blast of energy from his oak wand at that Ocean Abomination, but misses. He's been the close range monster this quest. The long range is definitely not his thing. Okay, Tiaga. We need to get rid of that Ocean Abomination, and it would actually be in her benefit to back up and fire at it. But she's got more defense dice than Mordecai does now. Strategically, we may have actually wanted to do this a slightly different way. Okay. Yeah, we better leave her at the front for now. She swipes her claws at the Ocean Abomination, hitting it with a 1. Come on, Tiaga. But it doesn't block, and luckily, because it was already damaged, that does mean that it's dead. Okay, and because I think we want her to be long range, let's go ahead and send her in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We put her over here, it's 7. Yeah, we put her over there. It's actually kind of unlikely for the Femur to reach her. It depends on which monster goes for who, I guess. Okay, and then our Berserker, Robert Tylan, can go 1, 2. We know he's guaranteed at least 2, so we don't have to roll for that. Swings his battle axe at the Abomination, hitting it with a 1, which it doesn't block, but it is not dead. Dropping stuff. There we go. Okay, he moved and attacked. It is now the monster's turn. Let's go ahead and take care of this Abomination since we're here. The Abomination thrusts the spear at Robert, but misses him. Moving along the hallway, we also have the Doom Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this Femur. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. Excuse me. Oh boy, I hate sneezing. over on the other camera, we have got a Dread Warrior and a Femmer. Let's see. Would make the most sense. I mean, I went out of my way to move Tiaga out of the way of that Femmer, but I mean, as Zargon, I can pretty easily counter that. 1, 2. Femmer swings its axe at Mordecai, hitting him with a 1, which he does not block, dropping him to 10 body points. It's actually the first damage he's taken this whole quest. And the Dread Warrior, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can attack Tiaga, swinging its mace and hitting her with a 2, oops, which she blocks. Oh, you know what? I forgot to roll her rock skin dice. She still blocked it. Nice. Okay, takes us back to the hero's turn, which means it is Paya's turn, the monk. Right here, she can send some energy bolts headed towards that ocean abomination, hitting it with a critical hit of 2. It does not defend either, which means it is dead. Suddenly, she's becoming more effective. Okay, we still don't want her to be close range on that Doom Guard, though, so I think we'll go ahead and leave her there. There's no other searching. Actually, she can search this hallway for secret doors. There are none, but at least she's not wasting that action. Okay, and that is then going to take us over to Mordecai to attack that Femmer, although I'm going to blow my nose real fast. Okay, Mordecai on the Femmer. Now, he's not at full health anymore, so he's not swinging with 3. Yeah, I'd say it would probably be within his interest to cast Courage on himself. Let's go ahead and do that. This spell may be cast on any one hero. Yes, of course. This spell grants the targeted hero 2 extra attack dice. The spell is broken the moment the targeted hero can no longer see any monsters. So at least for this kind of area, he's going to be throwing 4 now. So he swings the wizard staff at the Femmer, hitting it with a 3. And it does not defend. Again, Mordecai, the Beast Slayer. Pretty soon we're going to have to put that on his character sheet, because he is just completely destroying this quest. Okay, and then that takes us over to Tiaga attacking this Dread Warrior. Now, she does attack better with long range, so let's move her a little bit. We're going to move her back this way because she knows that square isn't trapped. They haven't searched this room yet, but she stepped on that square already, so she knows it's not trapped. This will allow her to roll 4 dice. She sends a blast of energy at the Dread Warrior, hitting it with a 1. But it doesn't block. It's not dead, but damaged a little. Back over here, oops, sorry. Our Berserker can engage the Doom Guard, swinging his battle axe, hitting the Doom Guard with a 2. Let me review the stats here. Yeah, 5 attack, 5 defense, 4 body points. So hit him with a 2. The Doom Guard defends 1. Takes the other one. Okay, that is our hero's turn, so it is the monster's turn. Let's go ahead and take care of the Doom Guard since we're looking at him. Swings his axe at Berserker. Ouch, hitting him with a 3. He blocks 1 and takes 2 of those hits. I don't think so. This drops him to 6. Because I knew you were already started on him.
Well, we have that one card left, so I think I'm going to write it because I want to write his color palette down on the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm lost now.
Sorry. Sorry. My bad, guys.
Okay, Dread Warrior is where we were, and we're not on camera. Here we go. Dread Warrior is going to move in front of Tiaga and attack her again. Swinging its mace. It hits her with a 1, which she doesn't block. However, I'm going to go ahead and have her cast her Dark Wings spell. Now, this really could be saved for a harder hit, but honestly, I just don't want to go through the hassle of her losing this demon form right at the moment. Cast the spell on an enemy's turn after you have suffered damage. Reduce that damage to 0 and move instantly to any unoccupied square that you can see. So we can ignore that damage and also return her to the entrance square of the room, which again she knows is not trapped, and she gets to keep demon form. All right, back to the beginning of the hero's turn. We need to do Paya the Monk, so we'll go ahead and move her 1, 2. Does she have any skills that can help her right now? No, not really. Okay, she's gonna send some energy bolts at the Doom Guard, hitting it with a critical hit of 2. And it blocks one of those hits, takes the other. What did I say? Those things have 4 body points, right? Yes, okay. So he's about half dead. That's gonna be it for her turn. Back over here, we are at Morkai, and Morkai, yeah, I mean, technically, he can see all the way into this hallway. He can still see that Femmer. So it's a little bit of a stretch, but I'll say his courage spell is still active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swings his staff at the Dread Warrior. My gosh. Throwing dice everywhere. Hitting it with a 2. It blocks 1 and takes 1. Still not dead. And then hopefully Tiaga can finish it off, sending a demon form blast of energy at it, hitting it with a 3. And it does not defend. That's teamwork right there. Very nice. Now she has a second action, and they still haven't searched anything in this room. That was dumb to send them in there like that. Okay, Tiaga. Traps, secret doors, or treasure? That's gonna be treasure. Let's see what she finds here. Ooh, this is the last treasure card. And it's a wandering monster. Oh boy. So it is a Wasteland Femmer. That serves them right, I guess. Wasteland Femmer pops out and immediately swings its axe at Tiaga, but misses. Jeez. Oh, that is wild. Okay, let's get to the end of the hero's turn. That was both of her actions. It is now the Berserker's turn, and he might just finish off this Doom Guard. He swings his battle axe, hitting it with a 2. That's entirely possible. But it blocks both hits. It's not going down that easy. Now, Robert could open that door, but there would be no benefit to doing that, because he has no guarantee that there's not more monsters in there, so that would be a really dumb thing to do. So let's go ahead and end his turn. Monster's turn, and then I'm going to shuffle that treasure deck, which is going to take a second. So first off, Doom Guard, swinging his axe at Robert. Hits him with a 2. Robert takes both hits. However, this drops him to 4 body points, which activates his retaliation skill. Here we go. The skill can only be used if you have 5 or fewer body points. You may use the skill immediately after you've taken damage from an adjacent monster. Immediately make an attack against that monster. This does not use up an action for your next turn. So, in retaliation for that hit, Robert swings his battle axe again, hitting the Doom Guard with a 2. That was a skull before I bumped the dice there. The Doom Guard blocks 1, but not the other, so it's still not dead, but it's down to 1. Okay, and then in other monster's turn news, oh yeah, that Femmer can't attack because it was a wandering monster that was activated on this turn. Okay, real quick, we're gonna shuffle this treasure deck. Now I don't know if I've shown this treasure deck up close. This is the treasure discard pile, and this is the whole thing. I mean, that is hundreds of cards. And the only thing that is missing out of this is all of the potions that are in the hero's inventory. So the potions go back into this discard pile when they get used. The way our treasure deck is balanced is 60-40. So we've got 30% potions, 30% gold, 20% traps, 20% wandering monsters. And that is tipped towards positive treasure search, but I do feel like it should be that way. The heroes should want to search for treasure. They shouldn't be scared to do it. However, it also kind of gives them this idea that they shouldn't be hoarding stuff, right? So the more potions they hoard, the more likely the treasure searches are bad. So this is kind of trying to get heroes to, hey, go ahead and use that stuff you're finding. Bohemia says, do you have some of your special monster variations that are using magic? No, but we should. Now, one of the reasons I didn't do that, because that is a very good idea, one of the reasons that I didn't do that is because I wanted to make sure that the variations were the same difficulty. So, you know, a wasteland goblin shouldn't necessarily be harder than a mountain goblin is. So if we increased one stat, we decreased another stat. So that would definitely be an interesting, because you could still balance that, I think. Give them magic, but you're going to have to, you know, give a pretty hard negative to something else. We do have magic using, you know, there's goblin warlocks and that sort of stuff. But I don't know if those come up in this campaign at all. Because that was a fairly recent mini we got. Did that come with Jungles of Delthrak? The Goblin Warlock mini? I don't remember. This treasure deck is so big that we literally can't shuffle the whole thing. This is always a whole thing when we gotta shuffle this. One more time and then we should be done with the awful card noise. There we go. And that'll do us for another, what, 25 episodes, I guess? Okay. Now, I intentionally did that so that we would be starting at the beginning of a hero's turn when we were coming back. Okay. So that means that we are at Paya. That Doomguard only has one body point left. Can she get rid of it? She sends some energy bolts at it, hitting it with a 1. Can it make it past the defense? Unfortunately not. It defends the attack. Now, if she trusted Robert to take care of this, she could go ahead and go into that room, but he is getting low on body points. Not that there's anything she can do about that. He does have a potion of healing that he can drink if he were to die. Yeah, we might want her to go ahead and start clearing out this room, because this is going to be a roadblock for them for sure. Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to roll for her. We're going to open this door. She's going to jump over Robert's head and walk into this room. In this room, there is a bookshelf, another door, almost missed, a wasteland goblin, and a swamp goblin. Swamp monsters are bad on defense, but high on attack. There we go. 1, 2, and we'll see if she stops right there. Now, she doesn't have an action to search, and she's not going to anyway. Okay, so which monster is she walking up to? She is going to walk just basically straight into the fold. Which makes sense, actually. On her next turn, she could cast her Eye of the Storm and hit both of those goblins. Bohemia says, but when you bump the level of the hero, you increase also the difficulty. Would be nice to add random mini bosses that could be melee or ranged or magic. Yes, okay, Goblin Warlock is Jungles of Delthrak. I thought so. Yeah, I agree. I agree, for sure. We should definitely have a higher chance of magic or more spells. You know, spell-casting monsters get more spells. Some of the mini-bosses that don't have spells should be more likely to get spells. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea. I feel like we haven't seen very much of the dread spells or the chaos spells. Okie dokie. That was Paya. Okay. Now, I should say, whoops, that's not the right thing. Here we are. We're back at Morkai, and for a moment, there were no monsters in here, so that courage spell is definitely worn off. It was kind of a stretch letting him keep it. I mean, theoretically, he can see down this hallway, which means he can see the back of that Femur and that Doom Guard. It's questionable. We maybe shouldn't have let him keep it the other time either. Let's go ahead and take it off of him now. But he can go ahead and attack this Femur, help Tiaga get rid of this guy. Takes a swing with the wizard staff, hitting it with a 1. But it blocks. He tried. Okay, and it is indeed Tiaga's turn, and she is going to offset herself because, again, she attacks better long range. She sends a blast of demonic energy at the Femur, hitting it with a 2, which it does not block. It is dead. Very nice, and she moved and attacked, so that's the end of her turn as well. We are back to Robert the Berserker, and we need to hope he can get rid of the Doom Guard before the Doom Guard gets rid of him. He swings the battle axe, hitting the Doom Guard with a 2. The Doom Guard defends 1, but not the other, which means finally they have literally chip damaged this guy to death. He is dead. Put up a good fight, though, that guy. Oh, did we finish the night?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We'll do a preemptive reveal of our new hero. So at the end of this book, the heroes are going to get access to another knight hero. And Savannah has been working on painting him. Here is what he looks like. Nice. I like the red and the blue in the cape.
It's on the card.
Oh, yeah.
See if we can get the card in there.
I like it. Looks good. Yes, Bohemia says great. By the way, if you're watching right now, there is a pinned comment that is a link to join our Discord. Please feel free to do that. We actually have a vote going on right now to name that guy, which might be closing fairly soon, but I think the one that's winning right now is Sir Rowan. I don't remember what the last name was, but last I looked anyway, I think it was Sir Rowan that was winning. So get in there and cast your votes. Or let me know a good name, a serious name. Yeah. We already had a few funny ones thrown in there. Okay, what was that? What were we doing? I've been thrown off track again. The Berserker just attacked. And it's not really in his benefit to do anything else. He might as well move up one more square, I suppose, because we know he's going to fight this Femur. And it is now the monster's turn. So let's go ahead and take care of the Femur and these 2 goblins that we're looking at here. This Femur swings its axe at the Berserker, but misses. Look at that, all shields. Okay, Wasteland Goblin swings its sword at Paya, hitting her with a critical hit of 2, which she blocks just barely. And the Swamp Goblin swings its daggers at Paya, but misses. Wow, 3 dice and it missed with all 3. Surprising. And that's it. Okay, so we are actually back to Paya. It is Paya's turn, and as I mentioned, she actually has a skill that makes her perfectly suited to the situation she has found herself in right now. She has access to the element of air. Both of these cards are within that, but if she uses one, it uses them both. We're going to use Eye of the Storm as an action, make one unarmed attack against all adjacent and diagonal monsters, which means she can hit both of these goblins this turn. Now, it doesn't mean she's going to kill them, but let's see. Wasteland Goblin first. In a flurry of punches, she hits it with a critical hit of 2, which it does not defend, making it dead. She also swings at the Swamp Goblin, but misses it. Well, at least she killed one of them. Now also, using that skill does not count as an action. Now the attack she did does count as an action, but using the skill doesn't. So she does still have a second action. Is she going to search for secret doors or traps in here? Well, I should flip that. Traps or secret doors. She is going to search for traps in this room, and believe it or not, there are none. The quest has been light on the traps. Okay. Mordecai, yes. Traps, secret doors, or leave. Oh, he likes secret doors, doesn't he? Traps, secret doors, or leave. Either way, he's leaving. Okay, which direction is he leaving? Is he going to go out this north door, or is he going to go help the situation that's going on down there? Okay, he is actually going to go out the north door. 1, 2. He opens that door, revealing the upper hallway here. What he sees out here is a couple of walls, a couple more walls, the east gate itself, and 2 mountain goblins. Here and here. Kind of crummy monsters to be defending the gate. Is he stopping here to search for traps? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to shuffle my randomizer deck here real fast, too. Luckily, we only have to run it once for that. Is he stopping to search for traps? Yes, he is. Does he have the action to do that? Yes, he does. He hasn't done anything else, right? Yes. No traps out in that hallway. Tiaga. Does she have any preference? No, she doesn't. Secret doors? No, traps, secret doors, or leave. She's going for secret doors in this middle room, and there are none. Okay, second action. Traps or leave. She's leaving. Okay, is she going to go fight those goblins, or is she going to go try and help with the Femmer? She is going to go help with the goblins, I guess. They're both kind of focused on this upper hallway. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and she might as well just stay there, because again, she hits harder in long range. Unfortunately, she can't attack on this turn because of her search in the central room. So we are back over here to Robert the Berserker attacking that Femmer. He swings his battle axe, hitting the Femmer with a 1. The Femmer does not defend, luckily, but it is not dead. He's having a heck of a time over here. He's got high attack and he's still not getting anything hardly. Okie dokie, monster's turn. We've got 2 of the guys on this screen. Let's start with the Swamp Goblin hitting Paya, swinging its daggers, and hitting her with a 2. She blocks 1, but not the other, dropping her to 7 body points. The Femmer swings its axe at Robert, hitting him with a 2. He blocks 1, but not the other. This drops him to 3 body points. Now this does put him in range to use his other skill, but it's not really going to help him where he's at right now. And then finally, we have these 2 goblins up here. 1, 2, 3. First goblin swipes its claws at Tiaga, but misses. The other goblin, 1, 2, 3, 4, swings its axe at Tiaga and misses. That's a pretty big target, guys. These goblins must not be able to see very well. Okie dokie, Tiaga in here with the Swamp Goblin. Let's see if she can get rid of this guy. She throws a punch at it, hitting it with a critical hit of 2. That is indeed a skilled strike for a Swamp Goblin. That guy is super dead. Alright, what else she got? She has not hardly searched this room for anything. So, secret doors or treasure. Yeah, because Robert may not walk in here, so there's really no reason to skip anything. Secret doors or treasure. She's going for treasure first. Let's see what the first draw of our newly shuffled deck is. It is a heroic brew. Yeah, so she's taking home all the winnings. This will allow her to attack twice as a single action if she drinks that potion. Okay, she attacked and searched for treasure, so that is her turn done. We are now at Mordecai the Wizard, who is kind of off camera here. He needs to help with these goblins. Is he going close range? He does actually prefer close range. Let's just go out there. 1, 2. Swings his wizard staff, hitting that goblin with a critical hit of 2, which is also a skilled strike for a mountain goblin. That guy is super dead. Mordecai is a menace. There you go. We're going to rename him Mordecai the Menace. Tiaga also dealing with the goblin. However, she is going to back up one so that she can fire a little better. I mean, it's a goblin, but why not? Sends a blast of demonic energy at the goblin, hitting it with a 2, which again is a skilled strike for a mountain goblin. That guy is super dead. Okie dokie. We are just about done with this. We've just got these last couple of rooms we need to take care of. Let's see if we can get Robert to get rid of this femur. Swings his battle axe at the femur and hits it with a 2. It blocks 1, but it was already damaged. It is indeed dead. Oops, I seem to have closed its drawer already. There he is. You go in there. Okay, Robert. Might as well go open that other room, shouldn't we? See what's going on in here. With his other action, he opens this green door and reveals, well, with his other action, he moves, but he reveals a table. So we'll put a dirt floor down here. And a bunch of wasteland monsters. We've got 2 wasteland goblins. Can't get them out of there. One up here, and one down here, and 2 wasteland orcs. Wasteland monsters are slow, but they have high defense. Kind of brown, leathery skin. And Robert does not have actions left to do anything else. However, is he going to run into that room? Now, he's low on body points, which would make it kind of stupid for him to do that. Yeah, I mean, he's got a potion of healing to kind of bring himself back if he dies. But I do still think it might be stupid. He could use his frenzy if he doesn't die. Yeah, we'll leave him outside the room. Okay, monster's turn. Now, we would have had no monsters on the board except for that we opened this all up. Only one monster can get to him out of all these guys, and we are going to have it be this orc. 1, 2, and 3. The orc swings its mace at Robert. Oh, hitting him with a critical hit of 3. He blocks 2 and only takes 1. Maybe we ought to have him drink that potion. Okay, over here, back to the hero's turn, we have Paya the monk. Let me take a drink real fast. This is also the most I've talked in several days. What's she got? She just needs to search secret doors in here, so we'll go ahead and do that. There are none. However, there is one more door. Hey, Justin Pollitt's back. Woke up and ready for work. We'll go ahead and have her open this door. And in this tiny room here, there is one singular innocent chest. Wow. Okay, Paya, what are we doing here? Is she, let's see, she's already searched. So is she gonna stop here? She is. Okay, now she doesn't have the actions to search for traps, but she is gonna stop to do that on the next turn. Okay, out over here we have Mordecai the Wizard. And really, the area over there is where they need to go. Justin says, yep, at least 12 hours shooting for 16. Oh, man. Better than you than me, my friend. That would absolutely destroy me. We're going to have Mordecai search for secret doors in this double wide hallway right here, just to make sure that there's not a different way they should be going. And indeed, there is not. So we really need to get them back over here to help get rid of these monsters. So second action is going to be movement. 1, 2. Now they still never did search for traps in the central room. He does know that 3, 4, those squares are not trapped. Is he going to stop there? Yes. He doesn't have enough actions to search for traps, but he is going to stop there. Tiaga, search for traps or move? She's just going to move. She doesn't care about the traps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Luckily, there's no traps in that room. Now, they've stepped on every relevant square, so we don't need to do a search in there. I do believe it's nose-blowing time. Oop, this appears to be a double tissue situation. All right, I think I've been de-snotted. Temporarily, at least. That was Tiaga, so we are now at Robert Tyland. Oh yeah, ASMR stream. Not that anybody wants to hear me blowing my nose. Okay, Robert, let's see if we can get rid of this orc. He swings his battle axe, hitting that orc with a 3. Now this is a wasteland orc with higher defense than normal. It does block 1, but it is still dead. Okay, let's have him drink his potion of healing. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is going to put him back up to 6 body points. And then I feel a little bit better about just marching him in there. He searched... No, he didn't search for traps. Did we have him stop there to search for traps? He does have another action left. Let's just see. Is he going to do traps or is he just going to walk in there? We're going to double weight walking in there too. Okay, he is going to search for traps with his second action actually. And there is no traps in there. So they know they're safe to walk in there. Monster's turn, however, means that we got another monster that is coming up to attack him, and it's going to be this goblin. 1, 2. Wasteland Goblin swings its sword, hitting Robert with a 1, which he does not block. Whoops. Dropping him back down to 5. Bringing us right back over here to Paya, though, and we are going to start her turn with a trap search, because in the last turn we determined she was going to stop. And it's probably a good thing she did. Now the chest itself is not trapped, however, in front of it is a pit trap and 2 spear traps. Okay, now she actually does not have the action to try and disarm that trap. So we might as well have her go ahead and search that room for secret doors, and there are none. On the next turn, she'll be able to step onto that pit trap and attempt to disarm it. Right? Yes, because she has a toolkit. Okie dokie, Mordecai the Wizard. He is still in the central room here. As we mentioned, they haven't searched this room for traps, but they have stepped on every relevant square, so they really don't need to worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Does he have enough? Yeah, 7, 8 to get up on the other side, just in case. He is going to go ahead and fire a blast of energy from his oak wand at that goblin, hitting it with a critical hit of 2. It does not block either. It is dead. Yes. This takes us to Tiaga the Warlock, who is standing out there in the hallway. I'm sorry, guys, that was not even on camera.
No, I don't.
I was not paying attention there. Okay, Tiaga is going to go up into that room. Who's she going after? She's going to go after the orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, she fires better long range, so let's just leave her in the corner. She fires a blast of demonic energy at the wasteland orc. Hitting it with a 1. I mean, that might still kill it. But it doesn't. It blocked. I don't know about you guys, but if I was an orc and a demon walked into a room and fired a blast of magical energy at me and I didn't die, I would be feeling like $1,000,000. I'd be like, okay, actually, I'm an awesome warrior, apparently. It is now Robert Tyland's turn. Who's he going for? He's going to go for that goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Robert swings his axe and hits that goblin with a 1. The heroes are taking it easy now. And it blocks. They're like, you know what? We got the hard part of the quest done. We killed a whole bunch of really hard monsters. This is all just kind of whatever now. And it is now the monster's turn. So let's just have that goblin immediately retaliate. The goblin swings his daggers, hitting Robert with a 1. Which he blocks. Wasteland orc here. Swings its sword at Tiaga. Also hitting her with a 1. Which she blocks. She's got an extra dice because of rock skin. And it is now Paya's turn. Paya the monk here is in the yellowish room, and she is going to attempt to disarm this pit trap. She needs a shield of either color to be successful. And indeed she is. Very nice. That is both of her actions, however. So on the next turn, she can search for treasure. That takes us to Mordecai, who is kind of helping the other guys get rid of everybody in that room up there. 1, 2. Tell you what, he's got a Fire of Wrath spell he hasn't used. Let's get rid of that. A flame appears in Mordecai's hands. He directs it at the wasteland orc, who is immediately set ablaze. The orc tries to fight off the magical flames and is not successful, eventually burning to a crisp. Way to go, Mordecai. Mordecai the Menace. I'm gonna write it on his paper because he is being merciless this quest, or Mordecai the Merciless. Tiaga might as well, from her current position, just kind of fire across the room at that goblin, see if she can get rid of it. Shoots the blast of energy at the goblin, hitting it with a 2. Goblin blocks one, but not the other. Indeed, it is dead. All right, guys, don't screw this up. As long as you don't get a wandering monster, that was the last monster in the quest. Now, Tiaga. Is she going to do secret doors, treasure, or leave? She's going to do treasure in this room. Okay, Tiaga, don't screw this up. What does she find? There is a mismatched stone in the floor that seems slightly raised above the others. You find that it pulls away from the other stones in the floor very easily. Under it is a discolored sack containing 25 gold coins. Nice. Oh, I seem to have dripped orange juice right where I write my gold. Well, guess we're going to start using a different part of the paper then. That puts us up to 455 coins. And the orange juice part is destroyed. Whoops. All right, what else do we got? Robert Tyland is up there. Is he going to search for secret doors, or is he going to leave? He does actually like searching for secret doors. So, secret doors, or leave. He's leaving. Okay. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Stepping into the central room. No monsters on the board, so we are back to Paya, the monk, who is in that room searching for treasure. Searching that chest for treasure, and you know what? She had to defeat some monsters to get here. She had to disarm a trap to get here. Justin, can you tell me what's in that chest? Huh? Because I bet you know. Bingo! Justin says nothing. You are right. There is nothing in that chest. Oh, what a disappointment. And 1, 2. She's moving back out with her other option, or other action. Okie dokie. Now, here's the weird thing, okay? And we still need to search for secret doors in that green room, but we actually have a small challenge to open the door at the end of the quest. Let me read and remind myself. That exit door is representing the East Gate, and it was locked many years ago by Dwarven magic. It is not easily opened. When any hero other than a dwarf attempts to open the gate, they must roll 2 movement dice, and go figure we don't have a dwarf on this quest. If they roll equal to or less than their current number of mind points, they have successfully opened the gate. A dwarf may roll 1 movement dice, as they have some knowledge of the magic used to seal the door. Attempting to open the gate is an action. So we actually do need to roll these guys back to the door so that we can see who's going to get there and try. Now, everybody's got a pretty decent number of mind points, except Robert, and even Robert's got a decent amount. So theoretically, any of them could open the door. But it does matter who gets there first. So it is now Mordecai's turn. First off, Mordecai, are we searching for secret doors or leaving? Secret doors, leave. He is going to do the secret door search, and there is nothing. So all we need to do is get to that door and open it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I know we moved him off camera, but we do need Tiaga now. Tiaga is just kind of moseying along, I guess. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Justin says, dude, first mage of the mirror quest has trapped empty chest that activates monsters in another room. Quest item is in the tomb. Ah. You know, I genuinely never noticed how often Hero Quest does the empty chest until you pointed that out. And now I can't unsee that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of starting to seem like Robert's going to be the one to get there first. Okay, Paya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Mordecai's got a swift wind spell. Let's and he's got just actually it would be Tiaga is our best chance at opening the door, but oh well. Mordecai's going to cast the swift wind, which allows him to use double the movement dice for the next 3 movements. This should get him up to that door a lot quicker. Oh yeah, that's a pretty decent 11, 12, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which means Mordecai is at the East Gate. Let's see if he can unseal this door. So we have 2 movement dice. We need to roll 5 or less. Well, that didn't work. Maybe we should have had Tiaga get up there. And it is her turn, so let's go ahead and move her. There she is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then it's Robert's turn. Now he would have the most trouble out of everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go ahead and put him there. Now he can't attempt to open the door from that square, but again, it's okay. He's only got 4 mind points, so it'd actually be kind of hard for him to do that. Paya. Get her going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Whoops, I bumped her. We'll let Mordecai have 1 more chance to open the door, and then we'll move him out of the way. Again, we need 5 or less. And he rolled 12. Okay, we're going to move him out of the way. Excuse me. Which is going to be a totally unnecessary swift wind move. That will hopefully... Tiaga's not going to get up there on this turn, is she? Hopefully she gets like a 12 or something. A 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She didn't quite make it up there. And if we put Robert there, he's going to be in the way. That's unfortunate. I hate having to skip a hero's turn, but unfortunately I think Robert ought to just stand there. What's Paya's mind points are also 5, so she also doesn't really have a good chance of opening the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just go ahead and put her there. We'll freeze Mordecai for the moment. Let's just give Tiaga a chance to do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, she's got to move, or she's got to get 7. Yeah, 7 or less. She rolled 10. Any other time, that's unfortunate. And again, we have to skip Robert now. Nobody can even get to the door because Tiaga's standing in front of it. Bohemian says, the empty chest was made to trick the players to draw a card, but was too mean because if it was open at the end of the deck with wandering monsters and traps was too mean, so it was left empty. Ah, okay. Still seems kind of mean, to be honest. But I totally understand that now you've explained that. I also got rid of any place in the quest books where there's a chest, but it doesn't specify what's in it. That always really annoyed me. I did not want to draw a treasure card for a chest. So that was one of the things I edited throughout the entire campaign. If there's a chest, there's always a note specifying what's in it. So I guess we'll just roll it back to Tiaga here. Second option. And there she goes. She gets 6. So she does actually unlock the door, and this allows them to travel through it, putting them in the last area of Kellar's Keep. Well, before Kellar's Keep, I guess, real technically. So that is going to close out our quest tonight. Let's get cleaned up and talk about how we end everything, and then we will all get out of here. So I'm going to pick up unused spells and skills. This quest also wasn't a super difficult one. It had a couple of super difficult moments that I think the heroes handled like unexpectedly quickly. Like 2 different rooms that have 2 Chaos Warriors in them is meant to be a little harder than the heroes made it. The heroes got some really lucky rolls that got them through that. The boss was kind of a pushover in this one, which sometimes he's not. Like I said last time, I actually played this quest almost directly before we started filming Midnight Quest. So, you know, I had recently started over with my heroes to test some new mechanics that I had done, and I filmed some test quests before we started doing this with this setup just to start getting used to it, and this was one of the quests that I filmed. And in that playthrough, which was like a month ago, that boss, same stats, like destroyed the heroes. I mean, he left 2 of them in shock. And they just had to finish the quest like that, with the other 2 heroes kind of shouldering the burden. Sometimes he's like that, sometimes he's a pushover. Okay, first off, the heroes get 200 coins, so it's 50 per surviving hero. This is going to push us up to 655 total. Also, all 4 surviving heroes get 2 skill set points, which must be used immediately. We've got 6 skill set categories, each one with 10 levels. Each of the hero classes are affected by the levels differently, and there is not a reward for every single level, but there's always something good for maxing everything out. Bohemian says, also, Avalon Hill's advice to put something in the empty chests to the discretion of the dungeon masters. Yeah, I could see that, because you don't want the players to reach that level of frustration where they're saying, well, I'm not even going to search the chest because they're always empty. You certainly don't want it to get to that point. If the chests are empty often enough that it's kind of like a funny troll, sure. But you don't want them to reach a point where they're just saying, I'm not even going to search anymore. Okay, Paya. This was her 9th overall quest, and I'll tell you what, I hope that she gets combat in her skill sets, because we need her to have higher close range attack. Her long range is going to be stuck at 2. She has no way to increase that. But we need her to be doing better with her fists. Okay, we're randomizing though. Her first point tonight is going to be Constitution level 3. Constitution increases body points. Level 3 is nothing for her, but level 4 will be an increase. And her second point is going to be Education level 3. Education increases mind points, and again, 3 isn't anything, but 4 will be an extra mind point. So yeah, not really much for her this time, and she had kind of an underwhelming quest. She did some stuff. She was definitely a benefit to the quest, but her having 2 attack dice really does not help her at all. Okay, Morkai. My gosh, I mean, he only took one body point of damage the entire quest. This guy, I'm putting the menace. I'm putting it on his name. He is Mordecai the Menace now. That is official. Because geez, this guy was out for blood. This was his 7th official quest, so he's starting to catch up to everybody else. His first point tonight is going to be Machinery level 2. Machinery helps with disarming traps. Level 2 isn't anything for him. And his second point, okay, Machinery level 3. Fair enough. That is going to give him Toolkit Disarm, which means he can now disarm traps without needing a toolkit, which is kind of funny because he just got one at the beginning of this quest. So let's see, who can he hand that off to? Who still needs a toolkit or doesn't have the ability to disarm traps? Moonstone can't. Let's just give it to her. This is a second-hand toolkit if ever there was one. It's getting passed around to everybody. But soon we're going to just be able to sell them. All right, that's it for him. Bohemian says at the same time, the HeroQuest community pushed so much on the nothing treasure card that they made it. Yeah. That was in the Wizards of Morcar pack. I didn't include that in mine, but I did think that was funny. Tiaga did pretty good. She only lost demon form once, and she was able to get it back pretty quickly. This was her 9th official quest. Her first point tonight is going to be Magic Skill level 3. Let's see if that's anything for her. It is not, but level 4 is going to be tier 2 spells. That'll be really handy. Her second point then is going to be Magic Memorization level 2. She definitely needs to get up on this magic stuff. And that is going to increase her to 4 spells per quest. Awesome, so she's going to start getting a regular spell in addition to her 3 Warlock spells. And finally, Robert Tylan, the Berserker, also did a lot of the heavy lifting on this quest. Killed that Doom Guard. He killed probably the most monsters. Still managed to get down to nothing despite the fact that he's got the most... I think he has the most body points out of any hero in our ranks right now, which is kind of funny. This was his 10th total quest, making him and Treyas the Wizard our 2 most experienced heroes. His first point is going to be Combat level 4. Nice. Now this is double Berserker skills. Let's see, where is that? There it is. So he is now going to get 2 of each of the Berserker skills to use in the quests, which will definitely come in handy for him. And his second point is going to be... Come on, give me a card I can use. Machinery level 4, which is nothing for him, but level 5 is Toolkit Disarm. So definitely some good stuff for those guys. Justin says, I'd rather have nothing than a monster or a hazard. Yes, agreed. Okay. So that is it for tonight. Geez, what a crazy couple of days this has been. We officially had to miss our first couple of streams due to illness. So Tuesday night we didn't get to do anything. Wednesday night we didn't get to do anything. This should have been our creative stream night, but because we missed Tuesday, we decided to play a quest. So Friday and Saturday, still gonna be quests. So tomorrow night and tomorrow night, as long as everything goes well, we are gonna be down here questing, which means that tomorrow night, we should be finishing up Book 2, Kellar's Keep, which is crazy to me that we're already there. This is going so fast because we're getting a quest done every single night, but it's really exciting. It means that we are gonna get into stuff that even I've not done yet really quickly, and I am super looking forward to that. So thank you all so much for watching this, genuinely. I've missed missing a couple of nights, which is good. I know this is around the point, the number of streams that some content creators start to get kind of burned out on doing it. I'm not even close to that. I am excited every night to come down here and play, and even if I'm not feeling great on a night, the moment I start playing and we all start chatting, I'm good to go, and it's been fantastic. So thank you guys for watching. If it so happens that you're watching this on YouTube when it's not live, thank you for watching. This is a lot of content and it's long. So thank you for watching. It really means a lot. Bohemia says, good night, love the music. Thank you, man. That really means a lot too, because this is also, just in case you're watching and you don't know this already, all the music you hear is stuff that I've been involved in writing and or recording. Some of it is my band Afterwinter, where I'm the lead guitarist and lead vocalist, and some of it is a solo album I did where I just played absolutely everything. So lots of people involved in making that, but it is all for real. It's all real drums, real guitars. You're probably not hearing vocals on any of it, but it's all not auto-tuned, all that good stuff. Real music made by real people, so it really means a lot. If by chance you are watching this right now and you haven't followed us here on Twitch, please consider doing so. It really helps us out, and we are really close to that Twitch affiliate thing, which is going to unlock some really interesting things for us that we're looking forward to using, including ways that you guys can interact more with what happens in the quests, which I'm really, really looking forward to. So thank you guys one more time for watching, and thank you for putting up with me being sick and the frequent pauses to blow my nose or take a drink. We will catch you guys tomorrow for the final quest in Kellar's Keep. We'll see you guys then.